you doing, Kamal? Long time since we've connected. Life sure has been crazy. What? You heard that I've been working hard trying to get people to talk about death? Yeah, thanks. You're right. We are all gonna die. And the cycle is the same. Say again? Yeah, we don't all view death the same. Most Americans think of the traditional funeral as having people go to some religious institute or memorial service and ceremony and people wearing dark colors, but patting each other on the back and sending flowers and eating lots of food and kind of getting it over with. Yeah, I did do a video on alternatives to the traditional funeral on cremation, and Louise hosted one about funeral alternatives. You see those? I have so much to learn, research, and talk about. I need to learn more about the way death is handled in other countries and religions all over this planet. A good place to start learning about different cultures is to go to one of my favorite websites, www.joincake.com. And at the magnifying glass in the top right, type in dying in different cultures. They give you a great summary about Africa, Asia, South America, Europe, the Middle East, Oceania, and North America. It's a quick way to start. I have to admit, I'm embarrassed to hear people ask really inappropriate questions to someone whose loved one just died. The other day, a friend said to his friend, "Don't you have hours set up for me to come see the body and pay my respect?" Another friend I heard say, "Where do I send flowers?" Wow, who knows they want any of that? The issue is that we think the way we do it is the only way, and that isn't true. I hope I can do a series with my puppet friends and make Americans much more aware of the cultural differences. I'm really gonna try. And in honor of you, Kamal, let's talk today about Islamic traditions. It's the second largest religion in the world after Christianity. There's about 1.2 billion Muslims. I found another quick guide to help people look at the Muslim cultural traditions. Go to just put in a search engine the words Muslim death, or go to www.heal grief Muslim death. Sure, Muslim is the predominant religion. There's others too, and Muslim families are going to prepare the way they want to do. All families aren't going to be the same. Please stop me if I'm wrong, Kamal. Most people in the Middle East believe in the religion of Islam. Yeah, there's Muslims all over the world, too. I have plenty of Muslim friends. Some of them have become so Americanized they forgot. But what I've learned is that the traditional Muslim funeral focuses on the dead body, no cremation. You have to bury it. So, because they believe in eternal life, everyone has to account to the Last Judgment. The deceased before the funeral gets cared for by a close family member of the same gender. The funeral and burial is held as soon as possible because you're trying to free the soul from the body. The deceased is dressed in simple shrouds, and people come by and read prayers over the body. Services are led with mourners forming rows behind the imam facing Mecca, which is the holiest of all places in Islam. The body's buried with or without a box, facing Mecca. The norm I read is 3 days of mourning with a lot of prayer and devotion, though that really varies. Usually it's a simple tombstone that's marking the gravesite. Overall, they believe that every Muslim person has a set time that they will die or pass into the afterlife. To reach the afterlife, the person has to have followed Islamic laws based on the holy text of the Quran. I really like what I learned about the Prophet Muhammad, who encouraged people to remember death and remember that you can't outrun it. The Prophet said that remembering death is not meant to prevent us from enjoying our life here on earth, but to put things in perspective. Living life with death, which is the basis of our work on death to-do list, will actually bring quality to life. The prophet said that if we look at life through the lens of death, we will make use of every minute we have on earth to do good and be a better person. Yes, Prophet Muhammad. The Quran reassures us that if we do good deeds on earth and believe, then we'll have nothing to fear in death. His conclusion is that the intelligent person keeps him or herself in check and prepares for what comes after death. But the foolish person follows only his or her desires and places false hope in Allah. To me, Kamal, all that says is stop worrying about how much money you have or worrying about your next career jump, and instead take time to think about the purpose of life. To Muslims, the purpose of life should also mean pondering the hereafter. What should everyone know about Muslims and death? 1. You don't offer flowers at the funeral or as gifts. 2. Usually at the service, men and women sit separately. Women usually cover their heads and arms in fabric. 3rd, after the funeral service, mourners usually walk silently to the burial plot. 4th, families grieve at least another 3 days, though the widow traditionally grieves 4 months and 10 days. There probably will be gatherings where food and drink is offered, so it's perfectly acceptable to bring simple food and meals. Note that some sects mourn for 40 days, and during that time, the more traditional sects will wear only black in the family, and the widow wears black for a full year. The lesson to all of us is not to assume we know the expectations and traditions of a culture other than our own. Read, research, and ask others. Again, I'm going to lead you to the website www.healgrief.org. Type in whatever religion or ethnicity you are seeking to learn more about. Well, Kamal, because of you, my eyes are opened up to my narrow knowledge of the differences of how death is supported, celebrated in many places. There are so many things to learn. I'm trying to help teach the public the importance of learning more about traditions outside of their own. Thanks, friend. Yeah, we're all going to die, but today, enjoy a great day. Bye-bye. For you out there watching, please keep sending in the questions. We puppets are working to be a help to everyone, since we will all die. Thanks, y'all. Bye.